up, junkies? It is Bob, and I am back with a very special review. Now, it is the 80th anniversary of Batman's creation. Hashtag Batman80 is what Warner Brothers is going with. They're also going with hashtag Long Live the Bat, all one word. So, we thought, since we had just celebrated the 35th anniversary of Tim Burton's Batman, that we would break out an old 1989 Toybiz Batman for review. Now, we have mentioned this figure numerous times on AFJ. Actually, it seems to be almost like a liked, nostalgic figure. We've done top 10s of Batman 89 figures. We've done top 10 Batman figures of all time. He seems to find his way in there. So, I pulled this one out of my private collection. Now, the irony is, I think I gave like one to each of my nephews and my niece at one point a couple years ago. I've never seen them since, so I don't know if they actually, I know they opened them, but did they actually play with them is a whole nother story. And then I was, digging around. I'm like, I know I have another one. I actually found two more. Plus, I found the Joker, Bob the Goon, and Robin all still in their packaging, which I thought, and the Penguin. So I decided I'm going to leave those in the cases. I decided to pick one that was a little bit worse for wear. I mean, granted, this toy is from 1989. It's 35 years old, and I'm complaining about this and a slight curvature, see? And it's a little bit of the yellowing here. Now, I did buy this. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. I'm going to bring it close. I did buy this at Ames for $3.97, or my grandmother did, or my parents did, or I got them on a on a quick turnover. There was a good sale going on. But I thought this would be interesting because there's a lot of nostalgia for this kind of figure. Toy Biz was really cranking out. This was kind of like their new foyer into the superhero world. So let's turn around. Let's talk about the front. So we have the awesome 89 Batman logo. We have it here. It's in the likeness. Wouldn't really say it's spot on Keaton, but this is really cool. He has the bat rope from the belt. Not really the bat. Did he have that in the movie? He had a thing on my belt, but it was there. We have Toy Biz logo down here, and then on the back here we have Batman defends Gotham streets against crime. So I'm sure you've read this before, but there it is. Now the nice thing about this is we do have Batman here. Hidden inside Batman's body is a unique retractable mechanism which activates his bat rope, and simply pull the line from his bat belt, hook it to a higher level, and release, and the figure will move on the bat belt, which is awesome. So one of my my new Grail things now is to actually get the Batcave and the Batwing. I have the Batmobile. Now, finding the rockets, again, would be a whole nother story, but I do have the Batmobile. And as you can see here, the three figures that were specific to the Batman 89 movie, the Joker, who shot a little bit of water from his chest, he had a little, little pump device, Batman, and Bob the Goon, who has some kicking action. I think Bob the Goon, unfortunately, littered KB toy stores for at least a decade afterwards. But this is a cool figure. So here we go. We are going to open him now for the 35th anniversary of Batman, as well as the 80th anniversary of Batman. And think about that. I bought this figure when Batman was 50. So it has been sitting in storage, bouncing around. I believe it was hung on my wall at one point. So yeah. So I'm a little bit, doing this slow here. So this is neat, and I will keep all this stuff. I'll put them in a little bag and everything. So we do have the instructions. This would make a great t-shirt, I think. There's no copyright on this, so I wonder if we can get away with that. And Toybiz is out of business. So we do have that. That's pretty cool. Actually, that is a t-shirt. Would be interesting, too. But, obviously, and let's get him out of the plastic coffin. Does he still have that new smell? The new smell is gone. I don't know if my schnoz got in there or not, but let's do, we'll follow this just like any other review. Let's do an instant pose. Can he stand on him all by himself? Boom. Let's do a little zoom in here. Okay, so I thought these were great, and Robin came with one of these, and they didn't even change the color. It was just black. So we do have a Batarang, and then we do have the device that actually shot. You could say that this was the device ooh, that's sticky. That's still sticky. It's amazing that tape is 35 years old and it's still sticky. So this was the yuck. This was the device that you could say, oh, you put this in his hand and this would shoot the grappling hook, or like he had in the cartoon series. So there you go. So you could say you could go like that. And you could shoot in the cartoon series. So that's kind of neat. I like that. So Batman really shouldn't have a gun. So let's try and see if this this old rope device. Oh God, that's really sticky. I know the cape did come off, so you could do this if you wanted to. I believe this cape from the only one I ever opened, actually I think went on my SuperPowers Batman for quite some time before I realized that you couldn't have a black cape on a blue and gray Batman. I don't know why I realized that. It took so long, but we do have the armor plate back here, which is very cool. It's neat to see these little details. The belt yellow is a little bit different, but we do have the classic symbol here. I still have my t-shirt, actually. I have a 35-year-old t-shirt of that Batman logo. My uncle went to Show West and saw clips from Batman and then brought back that t-shirt for me. So do the rope here, and I'm just going to, I'm going to put him in focus. That's always nice. So we're going to do the rope. Now, I don't really have anything for him to grapple onto, so we're just going to go, whoop. There he goes. See that thing on my belt? Grab it. I'm not quite off screen yet. So, still works. Cool figure. Now, I mean, this was a figure that was made to go into the Batmobile and drive. And he's got Keaton's kind of like little pudgy face there. I'm Batman. So I'll probably go on my desk. I mean, he's definitely a Batman worth having. He's a vintage Batman, which is kind of neat. The Batarang does... This hand is really tight. With open fist here. So we do have this. You can put the rope through this and string him up, or you could get a better string if you wish to and take care of him that way. And he does have a fist that he can punch. But it's still, I mean, this is like vintage figures. And, well, he is a vintage figure. What am I saying? This was the vintage style of the day, and it was a fun figure. So that's our quick review of the Batman Toybiz figure there, junkies. If you can still find one, you can pick one up at a yard sale or a flea market. Highly recommend doing it. It's, he's not going to be in as good a shape as this guy because I literally took him out of the package. But it's still a fun figure. I mean, and if we think back to it when it was just a toy, it was your imagination and the adventure that you created for Batman in your own little world. And that's what kind of pulled you into the character. It made you Batman. And toys like this and Toybiz from Toybiz, they were the quintessential first step for a lot of us. And this was our first Batman movie figure that we had. That wasn't, I mean, the 66 Batman had Megos, but, how many of us were alive then or got a hand-me-down? It was so beat up. This was it. This was the first guy. So thanks for tuning in, junkies. I will post this very soon. It'll be part of Batman Day that we always celebrate every Tuesday during the year of 2019, the 80th anniversary of Batman. Thank you.